Today, we're looking at the incredible rise of Luka Doncic.
Quite a story.
Yeah, we've got sources covering his whole journey, from being this EuroLeague sensation right through to becoming an NBA MVP. Our mission really is to unpack how that happened. What were the key moments?
It's genuinely remarkable. I think what jumps out immediately is how smoothly he made that transition. The skills he built up in Europe, they just clicked in the NBA.
Okay, so let's start there with that EuroLeague foundation. Even as a teenager playing for Real Madrid, the sources stressed just how special he was.
Oh, absolutely.
He wasn't just holding his own against grown men, he was running the show. They had team success, he got individual awards. What parts of that whole European experience were most crucial for getting him NBA ready, do you think?
Well, it's interesting. The exposure he got so young to different styles, the tactics, it's actually, the pick and roll heavy game over there, that gave him a kind of offensive versatility, a sophistication that honestly, many NBA rookies take years to figure out. He learned to read defenses, make complex decisions really, really fast.
Right. Which sets up the NBA draft perfectly. People were buzzing about him coming over.
Huge anticipation.
And he didn't just live up to it. He kind of smashed expectations right off the bat with Dallas. Your sources talk about these electrifying games from day one. What surprised you most about how quickly he adapted?
For me, it was the court vision and the passing. Those cross-court dimes he throws with such precision.
Yeah.
You often see European guys needing time, to adjust to the speed, the athleticism in the NBA.
Yeah.
But Luka, it was like he just inherently understood the spacing, the timing. He thrived instantly.
And that's really when Luka magic started to become a thing, right?
Exactly.
We saw those amazing passes you mentioned, the step-back threes, the big shots in crunch time. It wasn't just scoring points, it was the way he did it, the flair, taking over games. What made those moments land so hard, you think?
Well, connecting it back, that Luka magic is really about his almost uncanny ability to control the game, the tempo, the outcome. It's more than just the highlights, so those are great.
Sure.
It's his feel for angles, that deceptive handle he has. Defenders just seem constantly off balance, and that lets him create for himself or for others.
Which all leads towards his MVP win. I mean, the stats are undeniable, obviously.
Off the charts.
But the sources also really highlight his growth as a leader, his clutch play, basically willing the team to win sometimes. Did the sources mention specific hurdles, challenges he had to, get over on that path?
Oh, definitely. They talk about the constant double teams, the defensive schemes designed just to stop him, and the pressure, of being the guy every single night.
Right.
Overcoming that and still making his teammates better consistently. That showed his MVP growth. And getting better at drawing fouls strategically, that was apparently a big part too. And then it happened. The MVP award. Historic, really. Puts him right there with the absolute elite. What does having an MVP like Luka, with those global roots, mean for basketball overall?
That's a really interesting question, isn't it? It speaks volumes about the game's globalization. Your sources point out his massive fan base, especially back in Europe, obviously. His success just fuels the NBA's global appeal even more. And you see it in the endorsements, right? He's a global icon, inspiring kids everywhere.
It's fascinating, that reach. So, looking forward, the talk is always about championships now with the Mavs. What do you see next for him? What's the next stage?
I think well, probably continued refinement, making those decisions in the biggest moments even sharper, maybe getting even more efficient if that's possible.
Right, yeah.
His work ethic, which the sources mentioned, suggests he's just relentlessly focused on winning, on team success.
So wrapping up this deep dive on Luka Doncic, we've traced this path from EuroLeague prodigy to, well, an NBA force who's captivated fans worldwide and hit the highest individual peak. His legacy is definitely starting to form, no doubt about it. And maybe something for listeners to think about. How might Luka's specific journey, that early success, that global impact, sort of change the blueprint for what basketball superstardom looks like going forward?
That's a great question to ponder. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.